What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. We in these streets. Sorry, I got my guy over there. We in these hospital streets, man. Feeling kind of good today. I made a video last month saying I was going to the hospital to get my prostate checked, for prostate exam, prostate cancer, all that good stuff. And I was a little concerned, had a lot of things that had concerned me. Went and saw the doctor, said my prostate was good, no issues with that, so that feels good. But I am still up here at the hospital getting some more blood work done, checking for my hypertension, see if I got hypertension, diabetes, high blood pressure, because some of that was in my family. So I'm just up here right now waiting for them to call me in so I can get my blood work done for myself. But feels good that the issues that I was worried about with prostate, especially like I said with a lot of black men over 45 years old, that's one of the biggest killers within the community, especially at my age, and came back with a good bill of health on my prostate, so that's cool. But I know we got something to talk about, but I'm not going to go super deep into it today. Let me have a seat. I'm not going to go super deep in it today because we got a new podcast that's popping off every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Cowboys Uncensored, myself, my dog, producer G, we back at it. And we ain't did no shows together since 2018. We just talked yesterday reminiscing about it, you know, but it's been, since 2018? So that's damn near, 7 years since we did a show together. You know, life happens. And that's what happened with me and G. Life happens, some things happen, but at the end of the day, everything's all good. We'll be back together making shows. And this is going to be Cowboys Uncensored because really I'm at the point now where, you know, G's going to put that fire production back on it. But I'm just at the point now, my Cowboys fandom, content creating, whatever you want to call it, at my age, bro, it's just time to talk about the real and raw. And I ain't worried about all this other stuff about, you know, getting paid and all that. I'm a truth teller about this, and that's what I'm gonna be. And you can either like it or you don't. And a lot of people might not like what I got to say. A lot of people are gonna say I'm being negative. They've been saying that for me for about the last 3 or 4 years. A lot of people are gonna say, why you a Cowboys fan? A lot of people are gonna talk trash about what I'm saying. But it's gonna be the truth whether you like it or not. It is gonna be truth whether you like it or not. So that's why you got to jump in and see it. So that's why I'm not going to go too deep in what happened yesterday, but I'm going to talk about it enough to where we kind of segue for Wednesday, because the first show is going to be this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Me, my dog, producer G, back at it. You know, going to have that fire graphics, you know, all that good stuff back the way it was, and we'll see where it goes. But as I said before, my God. But as I was saying before, y'all saw that game yesterday. Bears, Cowboys. I mean, what is there to really talk about with it? Go watch my video. I dropped a video on the pregame for the Cowboys and the Bears. And basically everything I said in the very beginning of that video came to pass. I said I'm going to be watching these coaches, Schottenheimer and Eberflus, to see how they play this game, because Dallas always, not just with Schotty, not just with McCarthy, not just with Garrett, not just with Wade Phillips and Bill Parcells and Chan Gailey and Dave Campo, not just all with them. This is how long it's been going on. Dallas plays down to the level of their competition, and whenever they play against a struggling team, they choke. And I said I'm gonna be watching this team to see how it actually does in this situation, because this is the situation where these type of teams who are struggling, who haven't won a game, who might have a losing streak, quarterback who's playing bad, or players who are not playing good, they get to play the Cowboys and they go ham and have career days, right? And guess what? It fell right into what I said it was going to happen. It fell right into what I said was going to happen, right? I said, I'm going to watch these coaches to see how they handle this. Is there going to be mental? I posted on my Twitter. Is there going to be these mental lapses? Are we still going to have communication issues on the back end? You know, I listened to Dallas LLS or I can't DLS. I can't remember, but you know Jesse, you know Jeff. Those guys were on there, and Jesse was like, everybody got wristbands. You know, why everybody got wristbands? Like, it's supposed to be a simple concept. I mean, Eberflus said in the Doomsday podcast, this is going to be a simple flight. It's not going to be a lot of thinking. It's going to be a lot of reaction. These back-end issues been going on before Eberflus. Let's not act like this is just an Eberflus thing. I'm not letting him get a pass, but let's stop acting like this is an Eberflus thing. Dallas been having problems on the back end for how long? For how many years? This ain't just with Eberflus. Y'all making him the scapegoat. That's what y'all doing. Y'all making him the scapegoat. Oh, it's all Eberflus' fault. Fire him. And I ain't saying Eberflus don't have nothing to do with this, but bruh, this been going on before Eberflus. Y'all making him the scapegoat. That's what y'all doing. Y'all making him the scapegoat to make you feel better on the inside and say, oh, that's the problem. Bro, why are you still doing this to yourself? First it was Scott Linehan. I said this before. Oh, it's Scott Linehan. No, it's Kellen Moore. No, it's Mike McCarthy. No, it's Schottenheimer. No, it's Nolan. No, it's Rob Ryan. No, it was Dan Quinn. No, it's Eberflus. No, it's Monty Kiffin. No, bro, it's always something else. So it's all one thing. And you know what? A lot of people ain't gonna talk about them on the shows. And guess what? If you come on here and listen to this, I ain't hating on nobody else. You people out there think I'm hating on other people. No. But if I sit there and tell you the front office has a lot to do with a lot of this madness, are you going to watch the shows? No, you're not going to have a lot to talk about, are you? Because that is the central thing. But if you talk about this every show, nobody going to watch your shit. Nobody going to listen to that. Nobody going to listen to you. You're not going to have no kind of ratings, no nothing. So you're not going to consistently talk about that all the time. You're going to talk about the breakdowns of the offense and the defense and what the coaches is doing. That's the truth. But there's one central form. There's one central area. One central area, right? So, like I said, I ain't going to get too far into it. But these same things happening with every coaching staff, man. All right? I told you Caleb Williams is going to have don't let him have a career day. What'd he do? Career day. 4 touchdowns. Never been sacked. First time he ain't been sacked in his whole career. Dallas does that, right? Land of opportunity. You want to play Dallas and get your name out there? Play Dallas. You wanna get back on track? Play Dallas. You wanna have people thinking you're a good team? Play Dallas. You just saw the Giants play the Chiefs last night. They scored 9 points. Dropped 40 on Dallas. And like I said, it ain't just the defense. It's the offense, too. All right, Javonte Williams doing his damn thing. Love how he's running that football. I love how Javonte Williams running that football. But, you know, and people talking about, oh, you shouldn't have had CD Lamb back there. Maybe. That's valid. But injuries can happen in any part of the game. I don't want to hear that mess like that don't happen. Like, just because you might have heightened it, but he could have caught a pass the next play and somebody could have pulled him down and that could have happened. So I don't want to hear that because he was in the backfield. Why'd you have him in the backfield? You open him up for more injury. Every freaking damn play in the NFL, you can get hurt. Every play. Fluke plays. Weird plays. So I don't want to hear just because you had him in the backfield. Ooh. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. And then George Pickens. Bro, catch the ball. Catch the ball, bro. And then you slamming your helmet down. For what? What you slamming your helmet down for? You dropped the ball, and guess what? I really believe you thought the game was over, right? I really believe you thought the game was over, and that's why you had lapse of concentration. Sorry, this guy over here blowing shit. Do that somewhere else. But he's throwing it down, hammer down. Have some better concentration. You probably thought the game was over because y'all was getting y'all ass blown out and it was the fourth quarter. You probably think he was coming back. That's why you had the lapse of concentration. Trevin Diggs gets hurt. I talked about this. He goes out the game. I don't know if Trevin Diggs' heart's in it. Y'all just seen the front office dissing him and dogging him, talking about the rehab, and they've been going back and forth, and then they trade his boy Micah. He goes out on a tackle and don't come back in. Would your heart be into it? I'm not excusing Diggs, but I'm saying, would your heart be into it if the front office, if your boss was talking about you like that and saying all this disrespectful stuff to you, and then they trade your boy? Would your heart be into it, even if it's the team? I question those things. And then, like I said, what are we tripping off of? This is a front office. Y'all had every opportunity to get rid of a Donovan Wilson. Y'all had every opportunity to get rid of a Donovan Wilson or move on from Malik Hooker. Y'all had every opportunity. You re-signed Marquise Bell for what? He ain't even playing. You signed him to a 3-year deal. He's not playing. You re-signed Wanye Thomas. He's not playing. He just got in the game at the end of the. He just got in at the end of the game first time. Then you got Eberflus talking about Donovan Wilson's playing great. You know, we have all the confidence in the world. That's why he's the captain. Right there, that's your problem. Is Eberflus saying that because the people up top, or is he saying it because that's really the truth? Because nowhere in hell did you see Donovan Wilson ever playing really good football these last 3 years, especially in coverage, right? And like I said, communications issues been going on before them. But like I said, front office had an opportunity to get rid of them. Front office had an opportunity to cut them and get some players. Front office had an opportunity to trade Micah before while the draft was going on. Y'all was having that beef. I don't really believe y'all was really going to sign Micah because he was going to cost too much money and y'all didn't want to pay that money. So why didn't y'all trade him before the draft and got them picks then and could have been flexing them players now? But no, y'all wait till after the season. You get rid of your top defensive player, one of your best players on your team before game one, and you got your defensive coordinator scrambling because your best player on defense, because you got a lot of regular guys, as you saw. You got a regular team without a Micah Parsons. Your defense is regular, okay? And even Micah couldn't even mask them problems. So even if you had Micah, that still probably would have happened. Stop fooling yourselves that one player would have made a difference in this game. It's a fundamental issue. It's a fundamental thing. You feel me? And as I said before, y'all could have moved on. Y'all could have cut him, saved that money for Donovan Wilson, got you a safety. Justin Simmons, I hear Justin Simmons. You could have cut him, saved money, and got Justin Simmons then. You're not. Jadeveon Clowney, he was chomping at the bit to play yesterday. They held him out. They said, oh, he ain't had no camp. Neither did Micah. He did pretty good. Micah had no camp, played and nothing, did nothing. And he went right in the game and started playing. Why couldn't Clowney do that? See what I'm saying? Y'all just scary team. Nothing is changing in Dallas. Y'all can keep on talking about, let's go ahead. Oh, let's trade for a player before the deadline. Oh, let's lose some of them picks. Oh, wait till the draft next year and this. Oh, fire Eberflus and get somebody else. Who brought in Eberflus? The front office. I said as soon as he got fired from Chicago, Dallas was going to hire him. Facts. And they did. That's the problem. Right? That's the problem. You got Eberflus from Chicago without even looking at anybody else. See, that's the problem. Y'all did that with Marinelli. Y'all right? Y'all did that with McCarthy. Y'all did it with Zimmer because y'all familiar. Y'all comfortable. Y'all got Eberflus because he was with y'all before. Y'all brought Marinelli because he was around that tree. Scott Linehan, they're all the same tree. You feel me? You got Dan Quinn because he was with the Legion of Boom. We knew you was. You got Zimmer because he used to coach with you. You feel me? Comfortable. As long as Dallas' Cowboys in that comfortable state, they're not doing nothing. It's a whole big problem. You signed Jake Ferguson for what? You said Jake Ferguson was going to be a proven year. He had a down, injury-prone year, and you signed him to the richest tight end contract. And now you want to get 13 passes to him for 82 yards and say, Jake Ferguson's doing something. Nobody's fearing that. And we're going on this Cowboy Uncenter. I'm going to really go hard and really break it down and have all my stats and my facts to back up what I'm saying here. Because this is fool's gold with this Cowboys team. I said 9 to 10 wins just because of talent. Not that they were going to do anything. They weren't going to do nothing in the playoffs. They're not winning nothing. I said Jerry's time is past. Y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all don't want to believe that. He had a 5-year run with a coach that got him everything. He has did nothing since. Anyway, video cut off. I ain't gonna talk too much longer. Make sure you just check out that show Wednesday, Cowboys Uncensored. We going hard in the paint. Man, I ain't gonna have no holds barred on this. It's gonna be a live show. We gonna have breakdowns, great videos, all that good stuff. All that'll be back, but it's gonna be uncensored. I'm not gonna leave no stone unturned with these Cowboys, and it's gonna be fun to do because I'm not mad. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the mad Cowboys fan. I'm not angry at this. I'm not upset. I'm not throwing fits because I told you I moved on from this after that Green Bay loss. I moved on from this, but I can still talk about it. That's the thing. I don't have to move on from this team. I don't have to. I can just sit there and beat their heads in all the time if I want to, and that's what I'm going to do. Because it's time to preach truth out here. It's try to open y'all eyes. And for the people that want to think, oh, it's this coordinator, it's that coordinator, it's that player, it's this. It's one central figure. It's one central figure that causes all this stuff. You could have did a whole bunch of things. Like I said, you resigned to Jake Ferguson for what? You said you was going to do him an approve-it year. You resigned Deron Bland. I ain't hating. He already back hurt. Jake Ferguson, bro, it's like Hunter Lupke. What has Hunter Lupke done and y'all signed him? Your smartest signing was getting Tyler Smith in the building, but that's a no-brainer. You're supposed to do that. I'm not giving you props because you signing a guy that you're supposed to sign and signing him early. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the responsible thing. So I'm supposed to give you hand claps for that. A lot of these organizations do it like a normal thing, but we got to bend over backwards for the Cowboys when they do it early because we don't see them doing it. Man, please. But I'm going to turn up on them. But this isn't nothing that I didn't think was going to happen. I knew this was exactly going to happen against these Bears. You get what I'm saying? Because Dallas is the same. And now they got the Packers coming this week. And Dallas, knowing them, they'll play really good and be really competitive this game. And then everybody's going to be talking about Dallas might be back. See? No, it's going to be fool's gold. It's fool's gold. And I'm going to tell you for real. Keep on believing it. I'm going to kill that. Cowboys Uncensored, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Me, myself, Producer G, no holds bars. We ain't letting these Cowboys off. We ain't letting that front office off. Y'all all can talk about that other stuff, but I'm going to talk about the real root of this problem that ain't changing, and that's why the Cowboys are going to sit there and be competitive and do the same cycle year in and year out, but they not going to that big dance. That's the truth. Big Game James, I'm out. Peace.